Lots of the people say that people is the most important factor.
The individual always have limitation even how super powerful you are. The leadership in the way you can build trust within the team.
Yeah.
You can set the aligned goal, vision, mission.
It's not just team. You have a very good team with a very bad strategy. You don't have enough resources, then your leadership sucks and the whole organization sucks.
The previous fireside chat session, it was come from founder perspective. And now we are moving into the second fireside chat, which we want to learn more from investor perspective. And today we're very happy to welcome Mr. Quang Pham. Currently is an investment committee at ABB private equity firm based in Vietnam. He previously considered as a well-known as a seasoned investor with more than 20 years of investment experience and corporate leadership. Thank you so much for joining us today. Could you please quickly introduce about yourself?
Good afternoon. I started my career in 2005. Looking back, it was an incredible journey. Because in 2005, I still remember that the GDP of Vietnam at that time was only 50 billion US dollars. And we are standing now at 500 billion US dollars, so 10 times over 20 years. I'm a lucky man because I was born at the right time. So I'm not someone who is super good, who is excellent. I built my very first investment fund when I was 24. That was VIG, Vietnam Investment Group, and then I grew it up 600 plus million US dollars over 12 years, and then I fully exited in 2018. And then I joined another fund doing regional deals. So I'm based in Singapore. We invested across Asia. I do invest my own personal money into startups in China, US, Africa.
Hopefully, I can give you a spectrum of what I'm thinking, what I have observed over that number of years.
Very first question, I really want to learn more from you as an investor perspective. When you see any companies, what is the signal you pay attention the most? What signal within that company that really show the company has strong organizational structure fundamentals?
I think before coming to that, let me give you a very brief on what I'm thinking. When we enter a deal, I am a very old school investor, so the first one has to be valuable assets, which means that I'm always looking at the pricing. Am I buying cheap? Am I buying with some margin of safety? And is it the right timing? Lots of the people, say that people is the most important factor. If you are running into a wrong timing, even an investment in a valuable asset, like good assets with good people, you cannot do anything. And time is actually defined by lots of factors, right? It depends on trends, its own industry or sector that they are operating in. Second one is scalable, of course, right? We are buying into someone and we expect it to be scaled. Third one would be whether or not it is differentiable with the other ones. And the fourth one would be whether or not the label is defensible. So you defend, against competitors and against the new entrants, and you keep your profit sustainable. The fifth one would be executable. That would be my answer to your questions. What is the organization structure I'm looking at? And executable is something that is very broad, right? It is very easy, to have a pitch deck, and with Canvas and with AI at the moment, you have beautiful, pitch deck. It's very easy to, find out the pain points, and then you come to the solutions, which sounds very beautiful as well. And then business plans are very rosy on paper. Whether or not it's executable is very different, right? It depends on the people, the system, the process, everything. So to define executable and to find someone executable, we need to come to leadership. Leadership is also very broad, right?
Yes.
So what is leadership? What is leadership?
I believe that leadership from my perspective is to empower and building a really strong team that can execute together because individuals always have limitation even you how super powerful you are. So you really need to have a systematic approach in terms of having a strong team who can execute together efficiently and make it so scalable. And the leadership in the way you can build trust within the team,
Yeah.
you can set the aligned goal, vision, mission so that everyone can go into the same direction, moving toward to the goals. I believe such kind of leadership is very important.
Leadership is that you are dealing with lead. And when you deal with lead, you deal with what? Movement. Movement of people, movement of system, movement of strategy, movement of plans, movement of KPIs, movement of actions, everything. It's also need to deal with vision. So it's not just team, it's everything. Movement needs synchronization. Synchronization is something that is not easy to achieve. So you have a very good team with a very bad strategy and you don't have enough resources in implementing your plans and you are going with a wrong system, then your leadership sucks and the whole organization sucks. So lead the movement in a synchronization way. That's leadership.
When you see the founder, what is the quality in the leadership? You can see through any particular founder that the essential founder quality, characteristic that consistently collaborate with the long-term growth of the company.
I really like the speech that Thakur had just delivered. He visualized everything upfront. He knows what he's heading to, but he's very details oriented. Normally, I would use this framework which I create for myself, just to keep me disciplined. VORASO, VORASO. V stands for vision. O stands for operational excellency. Or I would use another word, discipline. But I would like to emphasize on the V, the vision. I'm not sure that if everyone in this room, you guys have, fully aware of, what is the vision of an organization. A vision is not just something you create. We want to become the largest in Southeast Asia by XYZ year. It has to have the aspiration in it. It has to have the emotion in it. Why you are doing what you are doing. And that has to have the glue to stick everyone together. Like you, your wife, your parents, your team, your shareholders, even your customers, even your suppliers. They have to stick together. It's everyone building up that organization and lead that forward. I give you another example. One of the very early investors, if not the first one, investor in affordable cinema chain in Vietnam, 2 months after the first cinema came into operations, they don't even have a proper P&L to show us. And when I met with the founder, talk about the business model and stuff like that, and I asked him, what's your vision? He wants to bring entertainment as an option for the young persons in the rural area. What are they doing at nighttime? Coffee, karaoke, massage, all of those, not healthy. Why don't we build up something, an affordable entertainment that brings accessible enlightenment? I don't think that vision become the official vision of the whole organizations, but everyone in the team knows about that. We want to bring something that is affordable, right? That's also say about the business model. It's talk about mass. Like we have to conquer the mass market. Every organization have to have one vision, and that founder have to live and die with that vision. So the next two things that is pretty much common, but it goes in parallel. The R stands for resilience, and the A stands for adaptability. like they are fighting each other. But that is it, right? So a business needs resilience to survive. The founder needs the resilience to keep moving on. But they have to be fully aware of the ability to adapt to the whole new world. We are living in a changing world, right? We are talking about AI, right? For me personally, I don't know if it is a industrial revolution or we are living at a point of human evolution, right? If we are living in a human evolution, we are facing with a big time, and nationalization is picking up like across the countries, even in Vietnam. One of the key reasons why I decided to exit VIG and I went on to Crescent Point, which is the Singaporean base. We manage about 4 billions across different funds. It's because I'm seeing there's a transformation, global asset reallocations into the regions. So guess what? Southeast Asia, we have about 8% population and we have about 8% GDP of the whole world. Total global asset allocations into the region is at my time, right? It's about less than 1%. We are at about 3% at the moment. But there's still a huge gap in that. So transformation is something that founders have to be adapt. And last two words is simplicity and honesty. Simplicity is this. Lots of the organization structure is being created in a very complex way. Why do we have to do that? Just look at the largest organizations in the world. It's Vatican. How many layers of management do they have? 3. So simplicity means productivity. And the last O is honesty. I guess you all agree with me on that.
Very interesting combination of visionary and detail oriented. Please share with us honestly. Have you ever found out any founder like that in Vietnam? Within your 20 years of investment experience, and then introduce to us next time. I will try my best to invite that founder to come to our workshop to share with us. Have you ever found out within your last 20 years?
I run into a few. Luckily,
Share with us.
In Vietnam, there's one lady called Madame Hoa. She's the chairwoman of Galaxy.
Yeah.
Galaxy started out being as a media production and distribution company. Up to the present, Galaxy is still the most profitable cinema chain in Vietnam. Although the market share is not among the top one, but they are the most profitable one. Starting from 2008, we have a board meeting. And this is why I started the board meeting saying that, hey, look, we are going to invest. We are going to spend money. It is very unlikely that we will recoup the invested capital, which means that, we are going to lose, but we are going to achieve. Back to the time in 2008, the movie industry in Vietnam is almost zero. Revenue in total box office of the country is very low, like less than 1%. I am very sure, 0 or something percent. You know how much it is today? Something between 45% to 50% of the total box office in a year. We are not the only one that helped doing it. Right? It's come from all of those actors, actresses, producers, writers, stuff like that. But in 2008, Mrs. Hoa, she proposed a crazy idea, a crazy plan to the board of Galaxy. She said, hey, look, in every single new movies, Vietnamese content, we are going to invest 10%, 20%, 30%. Even if, we may have a chance to lose the money. After 20 years, right? Galaxy is benefiting from it. I am not sure about the split revenue and the profit split from the distribution and the production, but I'm sure that they are making good money from that, and that is vision, the resilience that she's trying to do. I think that Elon Musk has a good quote: when something is important, you do it, even if the odds are not in your favor.
Very visionary, but legendary. So recently, she also started a mission as a venture capital investor as well. Thị Hoa is one of our special guests. Top of list, we really want to invite her to join our workshop, hopefully.